One less ticket before it's gone. One less summer before it's fall. Tune your strings and play your cards. Little words hit me like a game of darts.
Alright, Bubby, where are we?
We're on Pine Mountain. You can see the good view from here, and look how beautiful it is.
What do you think about the view, Miss Pigtail?
It's beautiful. I was looking at our family photos we try to get each time, and it's always like, what's somebody going? It's like such beautiful views, and we're always like messing them up.
Let me take you around our campsite here. As you see, we are at 310. So there are 5 different camping loops on this massive state park campground. Seems like number 3 is the furthermost back. You would think 5 would be the furthest back, but 3 is the furthest back, which is what I like. So nice wooded area here. Let's walk around the truck and I can show you. So each of them have this little kind of gravel pull-in right here. I haven't seen any pull-through sites. These all look to be, at least in this loop, all back-in sites. A lot of room here. We ended up backing the camper all the way to the back of it so we'd have room for the truck. So the back bunk there is kind of hanging over the edge of where the campsite gravel is. Plenty of room. We didn't put up the awning once again because we really don't need it. It's nice and shaded and cool out here. Good little pad there. Nice fire pit, picnic table. Anytime a campground has one of these where you can hang your lantern and dry towels and stuff, that always adds a few points to the rating. So love to see those little hangers there. And this site's really nice because it's got all this open area out here. It's just us. You can see that's the way over there. That's the nearest campsite to us this way. So we've got all this room here to play with, which the kids really like. And then we've got all these woods behind us, which are pretty clean and easy to walk around, trounce around. And if you walk down that hill there, there's a little creek. We've been going down there, let the boys play in the creek a little bit. Looks like we got a pair of pop-ups coming in here to join the party. This site over here, the one right before us, I'm guessing it's like 308 and 309. It's 2 sites, like a double site. Would be really good if you were coming with somebody else because it's kind of joined together there. They each have their own fire pit and picnic table, but you got kind of a communal area there in the back. So if you're coming with a buddy, this would be a great one to get. So we just had a guy at our house come and cut down some massive limbs off a big pecan tree in the front yard. So I've got a good stash of firewood working. However, haven't had time to split it yet, and it is by no means dry enough to burn. So we're still buying wood from the state park here. Let me show you what's neat about this place and their firewood. So as with most state parks, you have a little mesh bag here, and it's $5 or $6 a bag. I think this one's $5 a bag. It's usually $6. But you can see there in the bag, they give you some fire starter in there, some little piece of fat lighter in there. I've never seen that before. It's just a nice little touch. Obviously you don't need it for every bundle because you already got your fire going, but it's just a nice little extra personal touch there to add that in there if you don't have any fire starter to get it going. That right there will definitely do it. So I mentioned that all the sites back here on Loop 3 are back in. I did see a few pull-through sites. So there's a lake more towards the front of the campground, and there's some sites right there on the lake, and they're beautiful sites. We've had some bad experiences with being right on the water. Camping this winter, the wind just comes off of there, and it can be brutal if it gets pretty cold. So we're glad we're back here in the woods and not on the lake. But those are beautiful sites up there. You know, if you had a kayak and stuff and wanted to do some things on the lake, those would be perfect sites. They looked a little newer than these sites here, and so you might want to check those out if water sports is your thing. Nice big lake right there on the lake. But I like being back here in the woods. This is my thing.
And you're beating
everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Pop-Up Life. We are here at FDR and about to give our official campground review.
Campground review time.
That song still needs work.
Yeah, my singing
Yeah.
still needs work.
Okay, so I'd like to say, I say that everyone is my favorite, but this is ranking up really, really high.
I didn't agree with you on Skidaway when you said that was your favorite.
You didn't?
I like Skidaway, but it was not my favorite. But I will agree with you. This is my favorite.
Cannot believe it. This like bumps up Vogel.
Yeah, slightly. We'll get there on the ranking a little bit.
That's huge.
But yeah, this is my favorite. We try not to factor in how close it is to home.
But we have to.
But we have to. The fact that we can get in some mountainous terrain or habitat in 2.5 hours, we didn't even know it. It's pretty awesome. If you've watched the channel much, you know I much prefer the mountain type campgrounds with all the woods in the back, like Hard Labor, FDR, Vogel.
We got them here.
So with the hardwood forest in the back. I like the ones that are open and on water and stuff, but this is my jam.
Oh, so pretty. Okay, so a few things about this place that are so awesome. One, we have misspoken before, and I think that we said that another state park was the largest.
We said Hard Labor was the largest.
It's not. Sorry about that. Got some bad information. This is the largest state park in Georgia.
Sure is.
FDR, largest one. And it is beautiful. There are over 40 miles worth of trails and 5, 6, 7 different trails, all within the 3 to 5 mile trails. So if you're a hiker, this is like a hiker's dream.
And they're not all long. There's a lot of them. They're just 1.5, 2 miles.
Which doesn't sound like very long, but when you have kids and it's a higher elevation that you thought. We were pretty wore out at the end of a mile. Probably took us 45 minutes, an hour with the boys.
Yeah, we stopped and explored a little bit. The good thing about these trails is they're kind of intertwined within the campground, so it's not like you got to drive somewhere and park to get to them. You can access any point of the trail just by walking out the back of your campsite.
Well, if you're in a particular campsite.
Right, and you'll kind of like, oh, there's a trail, and then you just walk around, and then you'll eventually come back to your campsite. So it's really nice for that.
Sorry. We said there were 5 loops. I think there's 6 loops. We can't seem to find loop number 4. We've only found loop number 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And I believe that 5 is sort of out a little bit. So our favorite, if you're gonna come here, loop number 3 and loop number 2 are the jam.
Yeah.
There's really no bad sites in there. They all look great. Almost all of them, even if you're on an interior loop, you still have a good amount of woods behind you. We're on 310. I like 309, 308. Further down, it's right at this trailhead, and it's on a little creek with a bridge, and it's a pull-through site. I want to say it's 305. It looks awesome.
Yeah, most of these are not pull-through sites. They're back in. There's not that. There are a few big campers here, but average wise, it's more smaller campers. We've more pop-ups than we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So
they didn't want to talk to us about their pop-up stuff.
Mostly, they didn't know we had a YouTube channel.
They didn't know we had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, so mostly back-end sites, a few pull-through sites. Yeah, I like Loop 3. I like where we are.
I would avoid Loop 6. Loop 6 is behind the trading post, and it seems like it's new. It is very small sites. It was all clay dirt. The wood looks still raw.
Oh yeah, I remember
so that's why. Yeah. And it looked like it was mostly for tent camping, but I did see them put a few pop-ups in there, and I would have not been happy.
It was like a sharp drop off the back of the campsite. It reminded me of Black Rock a little bit.
Yes, over on that side. So I would avoid Loop 6 at all cost.
Now some of these back up here where we are, I haven't seen them on the other loops. There's like these Jack and Jill camping sites almost.
Right.
So if you come with a buddy, those 2 pop-ups, I showed it on the clip. I don't know if it was this video or the last one, but you come with a buddy that's got a camper, you have like a shared common area there. That's pretty neat. I've never seen that before.
Right. So loop number 2, a lot of everything in there looks pretty good. Some of that is even on the little tiny lake that they have. I think, is it loop 1 that's right on the lake?
Maybe, yeah.
If you see the sites that are on the lake, some of those look good, some of those look like they're just for tents.
Yesterday with the wind going, it could have been pretty brutal.
Would have been real cold.
The Loop 5 is not bad. It's just away from everything.
Right. It's like further.
It's kind of its own little province over there.
So the real reason that we like this site so much is, like Trav said, you can just hop on a trail, which is great with kids, which is great with us. You're not having to get in a car, go somewhere, and you could go separate and then swing back by to your campground real quick. So that's been one of my favorite things. There's also playgrounds everywhere. Unfortunately, the playground that's right beside us is brand new, but it isn't quite open. But it seems like there's a playground almost every loop, which is nice if you have children. And there's a small trading post down here.
Yeah, so there's not just like one main state park store. There's the main one that's up the hill a little bit, and then the trading post you can pretty much walk to it. All the hosts, which are kind of scattered all over the place, have firewood, sometimes ice. And they've all been really nice. So as far as the hospitality of it, I would say it's been wonderful as well.
I would say so too. I have noticed that I don't think that any of these sites are full hookup. I mean, I don't think there's any sewer, because there's multiple gray water dumps. Like every 3 or 4 campsite, there's a spot where you to put gray water, which I've not seen before. Yeah. And then I started looking and I realized I don't see anybody with tubes coming out the back of their RVs.
There's one at the front of the campground I saw.
Oh, okay.
So you have to pull in there and
I see.
Get rid of that stuff. We had this place looks like it would just be absolutely eat up with deer, but the only time I seen any was the first night we were here. I had to run at night and get what I had to go get.
Ice. You were supposed to get ice, but you forgot.
Yeah, I had to go get me a pillow because Brooklyn forgot my pillow. Anyway, I saw some deer along the road. I haven't seen any here. Squirrels,
lots of squirrels. They ate our cinnamon rolls.
They ate our cinnamon rolls, and then last night when I was I had to do a few things for work in my truck, so I had to crank it up and get the Wi-Fi going. I was sitting in my truck doing some work on my laptop, and Brooklyn and them were already asleep, and I was kind of turning things off here, getting ready to go to bed, and I saw a raccoon. He was over there, and he was getting ready to get in our trash. I hadn't cinched it up because we hadn't had any issues, and I saw him over there, and I said, that little rascal. So I cinched up the trash, and then I got a good picture of him.
Oh, he's so
put
cute.
it on our Instagram to see it. I watched him climb the tree. I was like, he's gonna watch me. If I put that trash in the back of my truck, he's still gonna get into it. So I had to bring the trash inside, and so the raccoon wouldn't get it. He did snipe a banana.
Well, it's funny how it is still dark out, of course. The boys are up and they're hungry. I don't know any other children that wake up hungry at 6 a.m. except ours. Yep. So I was like, here's a banana. Well, Titus goes, there's a hole in my banana. I'm not eating it. I was like, what's he talking about? And then I look, and you can see like little bitty claws. I tried to open that banana, and there was the just banana peeling stuck to the whole bunch of bananas. I was like, oh, raccoon.
Yep.
Then got a banana snack.
So back to the campsite. I don't really have anything bad to say about this place. Campsites are roomy for the most part. Yep. Plenty of room. You're not packed in here like crazy. The bathrooms are nice. They're not the nicest we've ever been to. They're not like newly remodeled like some of them, but they are really nice and in good shape. And
we're right next to the bathroom. It's the closest we've ever been.
Right there. You throw a rock and hit the bathroom. The trading posts and stuff for all the state park stuff, the little stores are closed in case you need anything. Yep. Not relative to this. This is, you know, probably shouldn't take away from a state park from this, but there's a little town, Pine Mountain, nearby, so if you need anything you can go there. It's not a big town, but they do have some stuff, and if you don't want to eat at the campsite, you can go grab lunch there or whatever.
And there seems to be 3 or 4 good places to eat. Maybe 5 or 6.
We ate at one called the Oyster House. It was really pretty good seafood place.
I left my purse there on accident at lunch, went back, it was slammed at dinner. Like you couldn't get a parking spot. So that tells you how good it was. So
everything that we kind of look for in a campground, this place has got it. And although we do want to hit them all, we probably
come back here.
We'll definitely come back here. I got a friend in Alabama who's got a camper, and this is like halfway point for both of us. So we talked about meeting up here.
This will be perfect.
You ready for the official score?
Wait, yes, one more thing. I wanted to mention, I don't think Trav said, or I did maybe say, the creek. This would be so awesome for summertime. The kids could play in the creek all the time.
Right, you walk, it's about 50 yards behind our campsite.
But if you got
nice little creek.
site 305 or 306, it's right at your back.
any of these on the 3 loop back
the
up
creek.
to the creek.
Okay, sorry. Now official campground. You haven't even told me what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do?
No, I can't tell you.
You can't do it. Okay, do
So,
it.
I can't remember what we gave Vogel and Skid away. I think it was 9.5, 9.6, and I get really nervous about giving something too high above 9.5 because then we don't have nowhere to go. You know, we can't ever give a perfect 10.
Can't be like an 11.
But I really like this place, and I'm gonna give this a 9.7
Whoa.
because it's
All
our
right.
favorite so far.
It is our favorite.
I
love this.
This has set the bar high, and the kids had it. This is one of the best camping trips, I think. Kids loved it. This is one of the best camping trips we've had so far.
They did.
It's a great time. Highly recommend this place if you've never been over this way. 2.5 hours from South Georgia. You're really on an hour from Atlanta.
Oh, and LaGrange is only 18 miles away, and that's where the Great Wolf Campground is, or something.
Yep.
Not campground, that water park.
Yep.
So you could hop on over there too.
Our screen went dark on us. There it goes.
There we are.
It's hard to see. Our screen's got pollen all over it. We left pollen at home to come get more pollen up
We
here.
got more, don't worry. All right, well that sounds good. I
That
agree with
sounds
that.
good. If y'all enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Go check out our Instagram page that Brooklyn does. We will see you guys on the next camping trip, which will be High Falls.
I don't know. We've booked so
Think
many.
We'll have to do another video where we'll tell you all the places we booked because we got a bunch of trips coming up.
Yeah.
Booked. We'll tell you all about that. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.